LasFit and I are giving away a brand new set of the all-weather floor mats. Whoa! I scratched everything up down there. Alrighty, let's talk about these AMP Research running boards. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. So first and foremost, we are installing the AMP Research running boards. Finally getting around to that. I'm very excited, and I'm sure my knees are gonna be very thankful for that as well. We also bought a new Apple Watch and an iPhone 12 because for some reason, right outside my warranty period, every single time my iPhone self-destructs. Bought a new one as well as an Apple Watch, and I'm not much for staying up to date with the latest and greatest technology, but I had to buy a new iPhone, so I bought the 12, and then I also was sold on the idea of buying an Apple Watch as well. So we're going from a G-Shock to the Apple Watch. We are moving up in life today. We are also installing these AMP Research Power Step running boards. I've been doing the dash from the inside of my truck to the asphalt. My truck has a 4-inch lift kit on 35s, so it's quite the leap. These things are sick because they automatically retract into the truck, and when the doors open, they drop down, so we don't lose our ground clearance, and they look really nice. So these are going on, but first I want to see what this Apple Watch is all about because I'm not too familiar with these things. And just like that, the Apple Watch, this thing's super light. I mean, it's even lighter than my G-Shock, which is already super light, so that part's pretty impressive right there. But it does feel kind of weird having a piece of glass on my wrist because if I'm doing something like installing these power steps right here, I probably shouldn't be wearing this because it seems kind of fragile. But I do feel pretty cool. Now, I'm not too entirely sure how to install these things completely quite yet. Obviously, they're gonna be a much more different process than installing your standard like tubular side step running boards. These are gonna be a lot more involved because we have to, aside from the like hardware assembly portion of it, we have to wire these things up and get them to communicate with the truck when the doors are open. By doing that, I think it's actually pretty straightforward. All we do is run that part of it to the OBDII scan port. So the part where it communicates with the truck is gonna be ran probably through a grommet underneath the truck, straight underneath the floorboard or something like that, and then directly into the OBDII scan port under the dash. That part sounds pretty straightforward. And then we have to wire these things up. We have to power them through the underneath of the engine bay to the battery, power it, ground it, and that's probably all there is to that. One huge plus to having running boards on the side of your truck that people actually use when they get out of your truck is saving the sides of your seats from excessive wear and tear, because the majority of my friends that get in and out of the passenger seats end up doing power slides off the sides of the seats, which over time will cause excessive wear and tear. All right, so first thing I think we need to do here is attach the motor to the swing arm assembly here. So we'll line these holes up and then bolt it down. So there's a plug here and there's a plug here. So the second one from the very back of the cab, this one here comes out, and then this one here comes out, and that's where we're gonna thread the bolts that hold on the rear linkage. Some way, somehow, I'm gonna do this with one hand. Okay, so the front arm assembly goes into this first hole right here, and then I believe that one up top right there. It's calling for all plugs around it to be removed as well, because these two right here probably get in the way of the assembly laying flush with this piece here. So the 4 fasteners have been secured. There's 2 in here, 2 on the other side right there. I think it's just kind of odd how this one over here doesn't have a motor. So I'm hoping that this doesn't like rattle when the truck's driving and stuff like that. So we'll see. But yeah, all this side has been hooked up. All the hardware is all set up. Knock out the other side real quick and then just get right to wiring this thing up. Pretty straightforward stuff. We're going to utilize obviously the battery right here. There's even an accessory terminal in here as well. Probably utilize that one right there and the negative terminal on the battery. Then it's a matter of running all the wiring down through the engine bay to the passenger and the driver's side and plugging them directly into the motors that are attached to the swing arms that control the steps movements. I'd say the most time consuming portion of this part is going to be making all the wiring look clean. Very curious though to see how this thing reacts to some power, because as of right now, like the front arm, it doesn't have any, like there's like almost no support, which I don't understand why there's no like resistance at all, which is why it's much lower in the front than it is in the rear, because the back side here has a motor, so you can't move this side at all. And the front arm right here is like dead. Like there's just no support, which is why the front of the rail sits lower than the rear, which looks a little bit off to me. So hopefully that changes with some power, but we'll see. right, so there's our rubber grommet that we want to push these two purple wires through. There's the bottom side of it. I'm going to poke a little hole in the side of that cable right there so I can feed the purple wires right through it. And just like that, we are tapped into the OBDII module here. Now we can communicate with the truck. Alrighty, looks good. Obviously, we still need to tuck some wires away. These two red and black wires right here and right here plug into these guys right here. But running boards drop down a little bit more so I can get in there and install these things. I'll plug this module in right here, put the fuse in, and then we should have power. Ooh, I heard something. Moment of truth. Oh my gosh. No way. Dude. Oh my gosh. That's so sick. Check the passenger side. Ah, yes. Dude, those things sound cool too. What? Dude, I am geeking right now. Oh my gosh. That's so sick. Those look so good. Yeah, that's a lot closer to the truck now that they have power. That's where they should be sitting. I mean, it's still a little bit, there's still a little bit more of a gap on the front end here, but it's so minor, you'll never notice it. It's like, it's close enough. I'm gonna drop these things down, and if you put your foot here, after the door is closed, wait 2 seconds, it'll stay. So now we have room to install those lights. Oh my gosh. So I've been trying to get this thing like a hole put in there, but dude, that thing is not budging. I barely put a dent in it. What? All right, so off camera, I just busted another one of my drills, and I scratched everything up down there. So we're putting this part on hold for a minute. OBDII drill kit, it just doesn't make the cut for this piece of, this is crazy. It made a dent, but it didn't go through. So I'm gonna zip tie all this stuff up, tape it up, make sure it's all water resistant and whatnot. Tuck it up back there. We'll figure this part out later. Alrighty, so everything is nice and tucked away. The battery cover is back on. There's a little opening here in the back where I was able to pull the wiring sleeve out of, and I ran it all the way down the cowl right here. The module right here is tucked away, looking really nice. Ran the wiring sleeve all the way down the cowl and then through the opening here in the engine bay, and then ran it straight down through the side of the rail here, and I zip tied everything up. There's all these little holes right here you can run zip ties through and tuck all the wiring sleeves away really nice. Only thing not hooked up are the lights right here. So I used some electric tape to make sure that they don't get any water on them and get all messed up and whatnot. So everything's looking really nice down here except for a little bit of damage right here because apparently the OBDII drill kit is not it. And just like that, we reached the end of the trail where there's nothing or anybody in sight but a white van, so we should probably go the other way. Whoa! Yeah, that didn't go quite according to plan. We're gonna try that one again because that was a little embarrassing. There we go. That's how it's done, boys. Times like these, running boards really come in handy. Boom. Alrighty, let's talk about these Amp Research running boards. Well, thank you, kind sir. I appreciate the step. Dude, these things are legit. Wait for it, wait for it. That is so fancy. That is a flex right there, if I may say so myself. So first observation, I mean, you'll see that they are they're pretty visible. They're not totally invisible, but they're very low key. They're very low profile. Definitely a lot more low profile than your traditional like tubular style side step, or it's the running boards that just they don't retract. Definitely cleaned itself up quite a bit once these things got powered on. There was a pretty substantial gap on this side, especially compared to that side, but now it's super even, looks amazing. No adjustments made on my end. I don't think you even can adjust these. They're kind of just as they come. So the fitment is absolutely awesome. The only thing you can do as far as adjustments go is slide the board rear, like front to rear. So I placed it about 5 inches from the front of the door here. I wanted it a little closer to the back end here, so I can kind of maybe sometimes use this as leverage to get into the bed. So that's a pretty good idea right there. If you're looking to have better access in the bed of the truck, you can use, I guess, the running board here, the amp running board, to get into the bed a little bit better right there. So that's kind of my plan right there. But yeah, I mean, it looks good. Even though it's pushed back a little bit more, it's definitely not a bad look whatsoever the way it's at. These things are so sick. Now, I know you guys are probably wondering, what happens if the running board's out and your foot's on it and you close the door? What happens? Well, they stay right there, which it's designed to do that, which I think is really cool because there's a lot of benefits to having running boards in like tight parking spots. It creates a barrier between the cars next to you and your doors, because generally cars are going to be lower than your truck, like most sedans and coupes and things like that, little SUVs. The doors are going to hit the running board first before making contact with your door. Now just open up the door, close it, and it resumes as designed. And just like that, spent the last 2 hours at the car wash. We had to drop by and see what JC's got going on. Mr. Stars and OC doing some stars in the headliner.
Check it out.
Walk us through.
It's a mess right now. I'm gonna organize everything.
Behind the scenes of Rolls-Royce style lighting.
Oh, shooting stars.
In this Lexus with shooting stars.
Shooting stars.
Oh my gosh. They're lit up right now, aren't they? Not right now.
Turn them on. Here you go. There you go.
Dang, they're on purple right now. That's so sick. Going from blue to purple to green. Every color in the rainbow. It's so sick.
Yeah, no.
This is a ton of work right here, dude. How many stars is this?
700.
700. So if this car needs 700, how much would my Silverado need?
800.
Because we may or may not be doing my Silverado like very, very soon. This is so sick. I'd say what, probably like 1,000 in my truck?
Yeah.
Probably 1,000.
Put some shooting stars on
With some shooting stars?
Oh man.
That would be next level, dude. How many stars are in here?
1,000.
1,000. So if anybody wants stars, how do they hit you up? Instagram probably?
Instagram.
Instagram's probably the best.
Stars and OC.
There it is.
Hit it up.
Yeah, we're getting this done on my truck like very, very soon. I can't wait, dude. That's gonna be so sick. Jeez. Definitely doing stars in the headliner very, very soon. All right, guys, so check this out. LasFit and I are giving away a brand new set of the all-weather floor mats here for the front and the rear for any of your 2019 or newer Chevy Silverado or GMC Sierra. Let me just say this, these are genuinely hands down some of the best floor mats I've ever had, and I've had a ton of floor mats in my day in pretty much every car or truck that I've had. There's all kinds of reasons why I really appreciate the LasFit floor mats, and one of those is how easy they are to clean, because the main thing is like the material it's made of, which is TPE. It's very easy to clean, and also the design of them. They have all these really like open channels and grooves and whatnot, so it makes it really easy to get in there and get all that dirt and debris out of there and mud and whatnot. And it also has these really nice dams here on the side, and it goes really high up there on the sidewall, so it contains all the liquids really nice as well. We have really nice coverage. The fitment is absolutely amazing. And also, to go back to what I was saying about the TPE, it's made from TPE, which is a very safe material to be around. It's also environmentally friendly. I personally live relatively, a pretty organic lifestyle, so I do take into account like if things are toxic to me, then I like to kind of stay away from them. Take that as you will. I know it sounds kind of dorky and whatnot, but I think it's something to consider for the long term, especially if you have your friends and your family, and especially, I mean, you as well, being exposed to things that are toxic, because a lot of floor mats out there are made from things that just aren't good to be around, like just all kinds of stuff. The list can go on and on and on, but what's important is that these right here are made from very safe materials, which goes a really long way with me. They're also very thick, very heavy. Now, for those who don't know, LasFit started out doing just LED lighting upgrades, like the ones I have right here, my front turn signals, as well as my reverse lights. These things are like dumb bright. Hands down, some of the brightest lights I've ever seen in the aftermarket lighting world. So if you guys want to pick up a set of LED lighting for your car or your truck, you can use coupon code MBN10 at checkout over at lasfit.com. and get you guys hooked up with a little discount. Entering to win these things is super easy. All you guys have to do is comment below on what it is you drive. Comment below on what it is that you drive, or at least what's your favorite vehicle in your fleet. Put the year, the make, the model, comment that below, as well as the trim level. Then take that exact comment and head on over to the Instagram account at Mark_Brenner and comment on this photo right here, the exact same thing, and that's all there is to it. The winner will be announced via Instagram July 5th, 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. Also, you guys are probably wondering what's going on with the vinyl wrap situation. Well, that's going down sometime in the next very near future, and when I say very near future, I mean sometime in the next like week or so. That's when we're starting it, so stay tuned for that. The Metro Dynamic Lime Green is going down very soon before you guys know it, but that is all I have for you guys today. As always, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys don't forget to head on down to the comment section below and comment what it is that you drive or your favorite vehicle in your fleet, the year, the make, the model, and the trim level. Then head on down to the Instagram account at Mark_Brenner and comment the exact same thing over there. The winner will be announced on Monday, July 5th, 12 noon Pacific Standard Time via Instagram, so look out for that. That is all I have for you guys today. I will catch you guys on the next one. Till then, peace out.